Good to see everybody. Let's see. Hold on. Boop, boop. Good to see you all here. How is everybody?
Good.
Okay, good.
Thanks to Mary,
Thanks to Mary because,
because I didn't get the Zoom link.
oh, got it. Well, I'm glad for Mary too. Hooray.
Yes, thank you.
I'm still letting some folks in. There used to be a way. Oh, good. I'm gonna message some waiting room people. Mm, for your patience. All right. Got a couple more coming in. Good, 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 good. Well, here we are in cartography land. How's it going for everybody?
Good.
What cartography are you working on, Gwen? Can I spotlight you?
Sure. I'm doing a hat and I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Getting there.
pretty.
Cool.
Nice.
This
Dress.
here was a mistake. So I was going around, I went, this isn't right. There's something wrong, but let me finish what I'm doing and see how it turns out. And it worked into its own pattern and I like it. So it's unique.
Great attitude. I love it.
Great.
Hmm. Wow. Anybody else got some cartography update for us?
The hats are kind of addictive, gotta say.
I agree.
At the end of the pattern, it says something about bind off, then cast on another one right away. Yeah, well, that was me because I don't know if this one was done last week.
Oh,
This is my first one, newborn size, and this is my second one,
Ooh.
which I decided to do with just two colors. So the white is the same, the Barocco Vintage DK, and then this variegated is just out of my stash.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
turning
that.
out really well. And I did the folding thing that
Mm.
Mary suggested, which I really like. I did not do it on this one. So future hats will
Nice.
have the folding row.
Love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And those colors are really nice together. There's just yeah, it feels very like a little bit like earthy rainbow
Yeah,
maybe.
I like it too. And it was
Mm.
stash yarn. So I'm cutting a little bit so there's not too much white
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
variegated part. But I really like this part right here almost looks like little flowers.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
supposed to be flowers, but it kind of looks like
Mm,
flowers.
That looks
Love
it's
good.
that.
great. It's
So
very
that's
cool.
kind of it's fun. They're really fun, gotta say.
Love that. Anybody else?
Hi, it's Kathy. Good
Hi,
morning.
Kathy.
So I did the hat as my swatch,
Ah,
Oh, and you did
Nice.
that other brim. Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I
Nice.
decided not to do a pom-pom on it because it's so pretty on the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, I love the
Mm-hmm.
top.
Yeah. So I've started the sweater.
Ooh,
Awesome.
good for
Yes,
you.
more colors.
Oh,
Oh, pretty.
pretty.
Very nice.
I love the
Mm,
white backgrounds with the
mm,
colors on top.
Yeah. It's going to
yep.
be
That's
for my
Cream,
husband, and he helped pick out the colors.
very
And
nice.
it's
Wow.
none of this is stash because I've never worked with DK before.
Oh,
Always worsted or Aran or something,
Mm.
something bulkier.
Yep. Nice. How are you finding it on your hands or just getting used to it?
Getting used to it. Doing the hat was a good idea
Yep.
to do
Yep.
that first to get, just to practice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. And you've done color work before, right?
Uh-uh.
No. Okay. Well, congrats. This is awesome.
I just taught myself to knit this past year
Wow,
Fantastic.
Good, you're doing
Bravo.
wonderful.
via
good for
YouTube.
you.
I kept
You.
trying
Good.
lessons and it just never fit in the schedule. So um, my local yarn shop turned me on to Very Pink Knits.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we love her.
Very
Hmm.
good.
So
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. We love to celebrate these successes with everyone too. And sometimes the successes are big and some are small, but I think any success is a reason to celebrate. So, yay.
Well, I started doing the swatch, and I was going to do a cowl just because I have too many hats. And I didn't like, I had found a mistake or something, and I just ripped it all out. So, but I had so much fun and realized that color work is easier than it looked. It was less.
Mm-hmm.
So I have now started a sweater,
Oh,
and I absolutely love these colors.
I do.
Ooh,
yes.
very
Whoa.
And I
nice.
Gosh,
made
they're
Fun.
great.
this looser because I want it to stick up a little bit more. I didn't want it to
Mm-hmm.
be flat down. And I'm making it up.
Oh,
It's just in
great.
patterns of 6, right? In the rows of
Mm,
6.
Yeah.
And I am
awesome.
following the cartography structure of it. And I
Yeah.
find it an absolute January miracle that every time it says I should, make knit 3, make 1, knit 3, and it should have this number at the end. It has every time. That is so. And every time I
That's
go,
always
oh
a
my God, it's
blessing.
a miracle.
That's always a blessing.
Like I
Yes.
counted it. And so I started putting little stitch markers every 50. And now that I've had so many increase rows, it's probably, I don't know, it's up to like 280 some stitches, but I'm learning to be more disciplined. So it's a miracle that the numbers are right because they never usually are. So anyway, but I love these colors. And my daughter has said that she's stealing it. And I told her she can inherit it someday. So
Nice.
so we'll see what it turns out like when I make up. I have to decide the next pattern now.
That's great.
Oh, but I did want to
But also,
I'm
I
using,
just love that you're sort of like, oh, I'm going to decide on the next pattern now. Like, I like
yeah.
that spirit of
Oh
kind
yeah.
of just seeing what might occur to you. I think that's a
Yeah.
really fun
Well,
way to do it.
I found this from somewhere, and then
Mhm.
these were the increase rows, and then I just did this little checker thingy to make to the next one, and they had to be in, I think it was in groups of 11 or something like that at
Mhm.
my size, and so
Mhm.
then I just filled it in, and now I've just done this increase row. But I'm using my iPad, so I can't show you, but when in your email that accompanied the cartography, it talked about cutting and pasting and printing out the pattern. I use GoodNotes. If any of you use GoodNotes
Yep.
on my iPad, I download all of my Ravelry, any pattern that I buy online into as a PDF into GoodNotes, and then the patterns I just actually I think I just searched colorwork patterns and up came a
Mhm.
whole bunch. And then I can use my lasso tool and get them so that they're in a count of 6, like they were.
Nice. Yeah.
And I can just cut and paste and color and stuff. And I don't use any paper. And then I have it
Mhm.
saved in my knitting file, which I have in there. So I highly recommend if
Mhm.
you have an iPad and you're using, and I use it for my planner and I use it for a zillion other things too, but it's really nice for knitting and knitting patterns because you can I use an Apple Pencil and I
Mm-hmm.
mark where I've been and how many rows. And they actually have a ruler, which I'd never used before. And that kept my place on the chart too. And I could see where I was and I checked off the ones I just did. So that's my little recommendation for my
Love
techno.
it.
Not that I'm a techno person, but anyway.
Great.
So I'm loving doing this, and I'm so far I haven't ruined it yet. So
Looks like you're doing beautifully, Julie. This is awesome.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Very cool. And I don't know if maybe, so it was on social media. I'm going to put it in the newsletter, the cartography email this week. But one of our in-person folks from last weekend was using Supernote, which I had not seen, and it was pretty
Never heard of that.
nifty because I'm an iPad user, but the GoodNote was cool because it was not a backlit screen. And Kat let me try it, and the drawing feature really felt like they had thought a lot about how to make it feel like drawing, because I use my iPad a lot for annotations. I've got a program that I really like called Notability. Same thing with I can create and draw and move easily.
Mm-hmm.
But the other cool thing about Supernote that because she was also making up her own charts and
Right.
kind of going
Yeah.
and they are really committed to not creating more electronic waste. So with every one that you order, you're also getting instructions for like when you do need to change the battery after it doesn't, renew all the way, like here's how to do it, and we're sending you the tools so you can open it up, and here's the tutorials. And I was like, that's cool too. So there's so many great things, and I know some other folks who have some tablets that they really enjoy. So it's nice that when companies are kind of thinking about the end of their product, not just like yes, and now we want you to buy another one so we can fill the landfill with more waste. So that was cool too. So I always love to hear about the tech tools people are finding helpful, and that's a good one. Speaking of tech tools, I don't know if all of you are in the Facebook group, but so exciting about the Tin Can Knit app major update. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that
Uploaded
it
it.
was.
Played
Let me
around
try
with
that again.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed. And when I was messaging back and forth with Alexa trying to schedule our Zoom, she was sort of like, yeah, the cartography is not in there yet. But so I haven't actually tried to open up a cartography and like look at all of the features. I didn't have time, but I got in there and kind of poked around. Anybody do a little more than poke around? Did you get in there much?
Not much.
No.
Yeah, but super cool. And also I love that they said, because I read their email pretty detailed, but yes, it's still going to be free. It's a forever free. All the same features that you've always known and loved are still free. But if you want to, like, I guess, create unlimited projects and save them in your app, then that's where you pay. And I was also like, maybe I just want to pay because I think their work is so great for knitters and just throw a little support. But anyway.
Iris, how would you say it compares to Knit Companion?
Well, I mean, this is just for their patterns.
Okay.
Right? So it's just for their patterns. And I think it's really great for their patterns because, as we know, they design for many sizes. One of the reasons we love them. And so this is the thing that allows you to be like, I'm making this size. Ding. I'm going to make it with 3/4 length sleeves. Ding. I want to make it crop. Ding. And then it pushes out your estimated yardage. And then when you start the project, it's just going to show you the numbers for you. So it'll be like, for my size, maybe it's LXL, it's going to tell me just my instructions. And there's really cool things like you can add a note if you've made a change inside the project. But yeah, it just keeps your place, and then you're not seeing all the like 500 million sizes. You can just see what's relevant to you.
Because one of the things I've liked about Knit Companion with colorwork now is that you can color the chart to your colors.
Yep.
So like when I made the second
That's
hat,
fun.
I changed the colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, that I find helpful just because if it's a black and white chart, you're like, what? And this where you're changing, from color 1 to color 2 to color 3 or color 72 with some people. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's free, why not try it, right?
Exactly. And I also love with their repeats. I did the beloved bonnet with inside the app. I did the antler hats that I made inside the app. And with all those like cable repeats and stuff, each time you tap it, it's like, okay, so you've completed this 2 of 6 times. And then it advances you to the next line of the cable. Okay, now it's 3. So kind of like what Knit Companion can do for you too. But,
So you're using it on an iPad?
just on my phone.
Okay.
Yep. And they've got some really nice tutorials that you can look at on their
Well, I'll have
website
to check it
too.
out.
Yeah, for fun. Are there any burning questions that the group needs to hear about so we can help you out of a jam?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I did my swatch for my hat,
Yep.
I didn't get gauge.
Yep.
So when I go to do my sweater, I was like 3 stitches over. I had 25 stitches instead of 22 stitches.
Yep.
So I did another swatch, not a hat, but I did another swatch, and I was I upped my needle from a 6 to a 7. I think that's what it was. And I came within 1 stitch. But I think if I go up to an 8, it's going to be too much. So
Yep.
I guess my question is should I stick with the size 7 and see how it plays out?
So, I mean, if you're within 1 stitch over 4, like you just added 1 stitch over 4 inches. So essentially you're adding a quarter stitch per inch, right?
Yes.
Which is pretty close. But the way that I like to sort of just for my own visualization or like the thinking part of it is sometimes I will go and just for kicks, math out what I'm actually getting right here per inch is, and I'm going to multiply that times my chest size for the first measurement. And then I'll also find the place in the pattern right after you've split for sleeves where you're like looking at the fullest part without sleeves. And I'll then take the number that pertains to the size that I think I'm going to make in those parentheses and divide that by my number of stitches I'm getting per inch.
Okay.
And then look at how different is that than my bust size, right? How is it like if I was thinking, well, I'm going to have 3 inches of ease, maybe this bumps it down to like 2.5 inches of ease. Like I could live with that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of how I approach it. What about other people? Do you guys have other ways of thinking about that?
Yeah, I'd rather err to the side of a little large than a little small, because I think we've all gotten used to having a bit of negative ease in anything that we're making these days. We like it a little bit more roomy. Excuse me. Then when you go to block it, are you the one that blocked their hat and it got bigger?
No.
Okay, well, somebody had this similar problem to yours on Facebook, and they blocked their hat and it actually grew a little bit. Because when that yarn blooms, it's going to grow just a little bit.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to think about that too.
Yeah. Good point.
Yep.
So
I would say, did you block the hat? Did you wet block the hat?
I did.
Okay.
I blocked the hat.
And you wet blocked the second swatch?
Yep, the second swatch. Yep, I did.
Okay. Because
I like the
like
fabric.
Pat said.
I like the fabric of both. I thought going up, I might not like the fabric, but I still do. It still is. It's not as dense as the hat, but that's okay. I mean, I didn't want it real dense anyway, so I'm happy with that. So I have a sweater I'm working on, for my granddaughter.
Oh
And
my
I'm
gosh.
using,
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Adorable.
Cute.
I'm using Jody Long yarn, my
Wow.
first time using it, and
Okay.
I love it. It's great yarn. It's great yarn. So
This is the Chow, Priscilla?
yes,
Yep.
yeah. And like someone else said, they made a mistake in their sweater. I made a mistake too, but I was consistent, so it looks
There you
fine.
go. That's all that
Hold a
matters.
pattern.
Nobody's going to notice it.
I love
Nobody will
it.
know but you, and it just works to creativity.
That's right.
Yep.
Love it. And that's such a cute, what's the size on the one for your granddaughter?
4 to 6. She's
Okay.
4 years old, and she's going into like a 5. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Mary, I see your hands raised. Good to see you. Hi.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why it pops up a pop-up. I'm using a very long pad as well. And I just love how it worked out. The color work on it's great.
nice.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's
I
really
love the
fun.
colors.
Oh,
Yeah. But I picked the yarn mostly because I wanted some neutral tones.
yeah.
And I just am really happy with how it's all come together. So I'm starting, the second one's on the needles, and we'll see how I just kind of decide each row what I'm going to do. So it's worked out great. But I like the top too.
yeah,
It's fun.
Yeah, that top
Yeah.
is really fun.
So
Yeah.
clever.
So I like this yarn a lot.
And tell me the yarn again.
It's the Chow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Chow also.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Yep.
that's why I put my hand up,
Mm.
just because it's just I don't know, it just the fabric of it's just really nice. You
Yeah,
can
Is
see
that
the
feels
stitch
really
definition.
Yeah.
Is that a DK
Everything.
weight or a worsted?
It's DK.
Aha.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a superwash merino, so we do
Right.
sell quite a bit of it for kiddo things. And it's the yarn that Miranda uses when she teaches her colorwork class with the cup cozies, because it's sort of bouncy, it's kind of springy,
Squishy. Yeah.
it's squishy. And so even though it's a superwash, it doesn't feel too slick necessarily for a beginner.
Yeah, it's great.
So what's
So-
the next one? Are you using the same yarn?
I
Same
am.
colors? A
I
little bit
am.
different motif?
I just did the brim with one of the different colors so that I don't run out of everything. And I just started this with that coffee or cinnamon, or I don't know what color they call it. And then
Nice.
I'm going to do this, like they call this duck egg. I thought that was funny. But yep, I really like it.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Great.
Yay.
I love everybody's creativity with colors.
So fun to see it all. Hi, Julie from Washington State.
Hello.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Oh.
fun.
I
Pretty.
stashed
Nice.
Dove.
Mm.
These are yarn that were left over after I did Dog Star baby sweater last year.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And since I only used single stitches as accents of the red, I still have a lot of red.
Mm.
So this is the adult small,
Yep.
and I followed the pattern as written. I discovered one mistake at the very top, and then just now I found one in like the third row where I knitted when I should have purled, or the other way.
Yep.
And you know what? Granddaughter will be 9 when she gets it for Christmas, and I don't think she's going to notice.
Good
I
bet.
did the adult small because she will be 9, and she is mixed race and has very poofy black hair. So I figure we need hair room in this hat.
Good call. Good call. Love that. And are you going to do another one or something else?
I am still fighting my way through my
Oh, the double
Wow, look at
knitting.
double knit.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
That's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Wow.
I'm 1 row short of halfway through,
oh, wow.
and this is all I have left of my burgundy.
Uh-oh.
And this
Scary.
was a stash dive.
Oh.
I stashed over again, and I had 3 balls of different compatible yarn. And I held up the 3 and went with the one that made the burgundy come alive
Oh, cool.
instead of looking flat.
Now, is that a sweater?
No, it's a cowl.
Well, you could go halfway through and then reverse your colors or something.
Well, I don't have a reverse.
But you
Right,
know,
'cause it's-
like that second ball of yarn with something else that's because usually on a cowl you fold it in half anyway.
This is the second half right here.
Excellent.
Perfect.
And
Excellent.
it has a tiny bit of burgundy in with the other colors, and it made the burgundy look bright
Cool.
as it
Yeah.
did. I was
can't
really
wait to see
surprised
it
they had a
finished.
nice shiny blue, and I thought, oh, that'll be great. And the burgundy just said, oh, well, that kills me. So I put the blue away.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to give yourself that, chance to see what might work and, kind of think about it. And nice that you have that in your stash. We've definitely, continued to have some really nice conversations with folks about their colors. Sometimes colors evolve in projects. Maybe it's because you ran out, but maybe also because something just doesn't quite feel right.
Well, and I was shocked because I thought I started with 2 full skeins of yarn, and I have plenty of the cream. But I used 10 grams of burgundy over 6 rows, and I only have 7 grams left.
Boo. Bummer.
So I'll get around that middle row, and then I'll change.
But you're doing double knitting, right?
Yes.
So ostensibly, you would have had enough if it was single knitting, right? Because you're doing twice.
Yeah.
I might have. It would have been tight though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, speaking of running out of yarn, when I was working on my BYO sweater, I ran out of yarn on the last sleeve.
Oh no.
And I called Iris and said, help. And so I didn't want to buy a whole Noro, those great big Noro jobbies. So she found me, it's Noro, but it's another, I can't remember the name of it. One little skein, and it was enough to finish the sleeve and do the collar.
Wow.
And it looks great.
And
it really looks awesome. Oh, cozy.
And I've been wearing it for 3 days, and we need it down here right now. It's getting cold.
Awesome.
And I love it. I love it. Kudos to the designer. Great sweater.
Oh, it looks great on you. I'm so happy that we had it was the curry on. We found the curry.
Yes.
And the curry on is a great, we thought it would be a nice in terms of weight, it would be similar. And there was
and the
a color
colors
that
just match. I mean, look at the 2 sleeves. It really is, it just blends right in with the rest of the sweater. So it's what's so nice about those variegated yarns. They, you can play with them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yay.
Yes,
Happy party.
What's the name of the sweater pattern, Pat?
It's the BYO sweater. It's Iris's pattern.
Oh,
look it up on Ravelry. It's wonderful.
It's the BYO party sweater.
Party, that's it.
You,
Bring your own
get
yarn
to
party.
you get to be your own party and choose your own party. And for some people, their idea of a party sweater could be like a nice cozy gray sweater, and somebody else might like a lot of variegation or speckles. Yep.
Is that the one you did that looked like the confetti cakes?
Yeah.
It's yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that sweater. What weight
Somebody,
is yours?
Well, it's bulky, but you could, I've seen some people like play around with it, using like a worsted to Aran at a larger gauge if they want a kind of a lighter fit.
Could you do a worsted and a mohair?
Yeah, sure.
That would be awesome.
It's a pretty simple design. I just really wanted something that felt like a favorite sweatshirt. And there's an option to do a dropped hem in the back if people want to. And it was really great because one of the local knitters who made it, Emma, she was like, you know what I like about this hem situation in the back is that you bend over to pick something up and you don't have to worry about that little gap above your pants showing. It just covers that part right up. And I was like, yeah, because I don't want that either.
Well, it's a
Well,
great pattern. It knits up fast.
yes, that
And
is
if
the
you needed
truth.
just a break, and I needed a break because I'm working on my dog star on the body and it's never ending, I said, okay, I got to do something else for a while.
Yep. Yeah.
I made a second hat.
Yeah.
Can't put it up on Facebook, but
I love that hat.
The Mets hat.
here we go. Let's go Mets.
They're perfect,
Yes.
Trying to get the
perfect
brim to
colors.
go up.
Oh my
It was like
gosh.
to palm or not to palm. And I figured,
Palms
so
are
we held,
okay. They kind of hold themselves up there, but that's a great palm.
well,
Did
I
you
did the
yarn?
secret of just a bow inside and
Yeah,
let,
that's what I do too.
let the mom decide.
Sure.
But kind of like
Oh,
fireworks, and they shoot off fireworks at the end of the game if they win.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very, very cool.
And this is, I think I did, the first one I did is baby. This is maybe 1 to 2 years.
Hmm.
Because postseason will be in October, so
We hope.
baby will be 9 months old by then, and if she's like my kid, she'll have a big Irish head, and she'll probably need adult small.
I love it. Oh, it's the cutest.
Yeah, it was
So
good.
cute.
It was good.
I love all these hats that are coming in because I think it's just like such a clever thing for I mean, like what a super awesome marketing, right? Idea. Like, yeah, I'll try the hat. And then as we've been seeing, like some people are like, yeah, I like the hat. I'm gonna try the sweater. And it's a nice way for folks to, get a feel for what the motifs are like, how the color work works up. It's not a lot of long floats, but it's a nice way to just kind of get a feel for things.
Well, those motifs so adapt themselves to just about anything, like the cowl, like my
Mm-hmm.
pulse warmers. You could just take those designs on there and use it in any other mittens. You could probably put it in mittens.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice. It's a great pattern.
I'm gonna see if I can. I took some pictures of Rachel in hers, which Rachel's amazing, and she does not. She blazes her own trail in such a beautiful way. So let me just take a minute to see if I can pull this up. And she's using the Fleece BFL, which we know we all swoon for.
Love.
Trying to get it so that when I open up this picture, you're not going to see like every single thing that is open on my desktop. Okay, so I think I'll show you there's a little detail, which is fun. Nope, that's not going to be it. Just get the preview on. Where is it? Thanks for your patience, guys.
I just got a notice that we're going to have snow on Sunday morning.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
I have a friend.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so
Right?
pretty.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow, it's
that's
like jewels.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's so gorgeous. And look at this little fun detail. I don't know if I can get it to there, like right at the neck.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
wow.
she did that kind of a slip stitch, just accents so pretty, and added a couple of these little like pearls. I think she pearled, not slipped. But anyway, I just love it, going with this kind of like a little bit of a tree form. So, looking so good.
Love the colors.
Is what she's doing, Iris, the challenge thing, like Miranda's doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember
and
what you called it.
we did the trailblazer, we called it, but like
Trailblazer.
Rachel blazes her trail. Like anytime she knits something, she just always makes it her own in such an incredibly beautiful way. And
That's beautiful.
Would you say,
yeah,
is that base color more of a brown or a gray?
it's more of a brown. It's if you
Okay.
look at the fleece Blueface Luster, it is the naturals, and there's three naturals. There's the cream, there's the kind of sand color that I'm using, and then hers is the more, it is a more of a gray brown. It's not super rich, but
Right.
it's a lovely, lovely warm brown color.
I love when people can put colors together like that.
Mhm.
Because I just, I'm a little too, as I
I
said,
have
too
no
much Catholic school.
I have to follow somebody else. Yeah.
What I did was I looked up cartography on Ravelry and saw
Mhm.
other people's projects.
Yeah.
And there was one woman's that I said, that's the one I want to make. And I
Mhm.
looked at, and all of hers were other colors too. And so that's where I got my color ideas from. And also the children's book, it was a Corduroy's Christmas from like a little kid. Corduroy's,
Corduroy.
yeah, a little teddy bear. And
Mhm.
one of them, he opens up the present and there's this purple and blue sweater. And I have for 35 years wanted to knit that sweater. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, that's where I got the colors from, was somebody else on Ravelry's experiment. And
Oh my gosh.
just as a night, because I knew what I knew. Well, I didn't know. I had no idea what I was doing, but that's what evolved.
Yeah, but you know when you see it, you see
Yeah.
Yes, that's
color
exactly what
combination, you
happened.
say, that's it. That's what I'm trying to come to.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't pull them together either. I have to look at somebody else's inspiration
Mhm.
and then go with it.
Which is one of the beauties of Ravelry. That's like one of my favorite things about it, because you can learn so much by, I mean, because we all have our default color schemes, right? Or sometimes it's so easy to get taken in by like the colors of the pattern. I mean, it's always great to, and then I'll be like, I think I want to do it just like that. But just to give yourself the time to see, like, oh, look at that combination. Oh, look at this fit. Oh, this was a little longer or shorter. And
Right.
it just, I think it makes you a much more informed knitter and kind of know what you might be after in terms of like, well, I like it with the fit where it's a little boxier, or I don't like that. This person maybe, like, I wouldn't want the sleeves that to look that way. And then it also, that's information that's helpful, like to see it on real bodies, I think is super helpful,
Yeah.
which is why when people come in the store and they have the pattern that they downloaded from Etsy, I'm always like cringing, because you're like, what is the data? We see the picture on Etsy and we just hope for the best. We don't know how many people knit it. We don't know if, like, I just don't understand how people can be so trusting. And a lot of, and I'm not saying that every Etsy pattern is bad. No, that's not the case. But I just feel like, for me, I feel like the due diligence is part of the process to kind of make sure that I'm at least starting with good materials, as opposed to like how it looks, and then you download it like, oh, what is this abbreviation that someone made up, or oh, doesn't seem like this makes sense. I don't know, we've seen it a lot. But
and the comments in Ravelry are also really helpful. Like, I could do this and this part confused me, but then I did this to fix it. And if you're in there, and I've also seen like colors that I think, oh my gosh, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I was
And
gonna
then you
say
know
that.
what not to do, right?
Yep, I was going to say that sometimes you look at a pattern and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it's just because the particular colors that are up don't
Right.
appeal to me. So that's where seeing that 22 other people did it, you'll go through and it's like, no,
Right.
it's always ugly, or oh no, it can be great.
I know. And then the other thing too, that I mean, and I heard someone speak about this, who was really talking about size inclusivity, and how it's really important to, it's like sometimes there are certain things that, like, I just sort of know are not really made for my body shape. That's okay.
Yeah.
My body's still fine, but like that particular garment shape is not going to be a comfortable one for me, or one that I like. And that's okay. But some people, I think, it's like hard to imagine what it could look like. So then it's so nice on Ravelry where you're seeing like real shaped bodies and like, oh, this part looks like my hips or whatever. And you can be like, oh, well, that's how it's maybe going to look on me, on a me shaped person, as opposed to, well, here's this one picture on Etsy and it's on somebody who's 5'11" and 120 pounds. Like that's a little hard to
Exactly.
Like that's one thing I would say, Andrea Mowry, I like her designs, but they're cropped. They're all crops. And I'm sorry, at this age in my life, that's unless they bring back really high-waisted pants, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. But some other designers will say you can keep going, and that's why a top down is good rather than sometimes a bottom up.
And remember Jen Shields Tolan, the Sea Haven, and I remember in our Zoom with her, she was so cute. She was like, one of the easiest calculations a designer can do for you is to tell you how, like, if you want to add 3 more inches, she's like, the formula and math for that is so easy compared to some of the other math that we as designers and tech editors have to do with sweaters. Like, why can't we normalize providing that for a knitter? Like, okay, so if you want to add 3 more inches, you're going to need approximately this many yards for your size, right? I mean, you've already done the math of the number of yards per inch probably as the designer as you're figuring all that out anyway. So I just love that she included that in her patterns. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Didn't do it in the BYO party sweater. Okay, I learned about it afterwards.
You could do an addendum. You could do a revised
I could.
revision.
Yep.
Because you got nothing else going on.
Right. Yep. Well, Teresa Custy, you're back. Nice to see you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. How's it going?
Been a rough time of it, but I'm getting by.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have any knitting that's keeping you sane right now?
Yes, I do. I have my hat. I'm doing my hat.
Nice.
I'm using Germantown.
Great.
DK.
Oh, yeah, I saw your colors.
Yeah, so I got Germantown DK. I got this color, and this one is one of my other.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Yes.
Oh,
And then I'm
nice.
going to have a pop of this.
Ooh.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So I'm not totally sure how that's working out yet because I just got to the color change.
Cool.
Nice.
But
I've worked with the Germantown. This is a Germantown worsted weight hat, and I like it.
Yeah.
I really do like it. It's it's wool, so it's not like the real soft like you get, but it washed up pretty nice. And
nice.
This was they have a year of hats. So every month they did a worsted hat several years ago, a different hat pattern using their worsted. And this year they're doing a DK version of the year of hats, and they're free. The patterns are free.
Yeah.
So it's, and this year they're working with other designers besides just them. I saw that recently. So, and I like it. So, and
I think there's a DK version of that year of hats thing too, right?
Probably.
I think it's worsted and DK. I saw that when I was on their website.
Yeah. But I liked it, and it just makes me feel like like the old style with the skein like this, and it just makes me think of like when my grandma was knitting and stuff like that. So I thought that was fun.
I'm so excited to use that yarn. And
what's that brand again?
It's Germantown.
It's that Kelburn woolens. We had it in the newsletter last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're out of, I think, Philadelphia. I think they're in Philly. And then
what weights do they come in?
Worsted, DK. I don't know if there's
fingering probably.
We're carrying we're carrying the DK to sort of do it as like a trial, see how people like it at the shop. So
Oh, okay. Nothing heavier.
They have other yarns besides the Germantown, but the Germantown, there's like this history behind it, and I can't remember everything I had learned about it, but Germantown was a type of yarn that was used a long time ago, and it was created, and they did a nice thing on their website. I'm sorry, it was a YouTube channel about the history of Germantown and all that kind of stuff as a yarn, and it's all made, processed, grown in the United States.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I just like that idea. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm excited about that. And I actually did all of this ribbing. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday I started. I've been working on a sweater for my dad, and I had my husband try it on, and it was funny. I came in when you guys were all talking about crop sweaters, and his sweater was cropped, but it shouldn't have been. and it's a bottom up.
Oh.
So my husband puts it on, and he's long waisted, and my dad's long waisted. So I knew when it hit like around just below his belly button, that wasn't gonna work.
Mhm.
So without really freaking out about it, I was really proud of myself. I cut off the ribbing at the bottom.
Good for you.
Wow.
I
Ooh.
picked out all the little pieces, got it all back onto the needles, and I extended the length, and I'm pretty sure we're where we need to be.
Good for you.
Awesome.
All
Wow.
right.
You.
So, yeah.
Good
So
job.
impressed.
That was like an exciting thing, because after it was all done, I go to Joe. I said, you know what? I'm pretty proud of myself, because I didn't freak out. I didn't say, oh no, how do I do this, and why, like really worry over it. I just went and did it.
Just did it.
Just did
yes.
Good.
Proud of you.
Applaud
T.
your bravery.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So good. And what was the yarn you were using for that?
The sweater I was using, that's a Barocco Ultra Alpaca.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, did you hear that that Barocco is doing another blanket knit along?
Yes.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yes.
Another what?
Saw that. Yep.
Another blanket knit along, and it's with Ultra Alpaca, and I have to say the design looks really cool.
Is it all cable?
Cables, right?
No, well, the
No?
one that I was seeing was not. It was like almost like sort of like it was garter and log cabin style, and just like aesthetically quite pleasing. Let me see if I can quickly find it, and I can at least put a link in the chat for us.
That's cool.
Do they not make the Mercado version anymore? Barocco Mercado. It's a chunky.
I know. I
used
think that
for
might have.
making my Cart Beth, and I was going to do another Cart Beth because I love that yarn, and I don't see it.
I mean, we stopped carrying it, but I think it's because it was discontinued. I'm pretty positive it was discontinued.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm actually going to just share. I'll put it in the chat, but I'll also share my screen. But it's super pretty. Let's see. Can I do it? Yes. Okay. So look how cool that looks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Pretty.
Again, the colors, right? We're responding to the colors.
Are super great, and also it feels unified in as a mystery, and so you can download it. I don't know why it's like a mystery if you can download the pattern, because you can just anyway, but whatever. And they're also not doing kits, so it's just going to be, I think maybe there will probably be some indications of how you might want to design it. But I was like, wow, I do not want to knit a blanket at this time in my life, but that is a blanket that I think I could get excited about having, because it's so pretty.
It looks like there's a little sheep on that one on the far left, second row up.
Yeah.
Looks like there might be a sheep there.
But see, like I saw that too, but then I was like looking at
like an ionic column or something.
Branch.
Yeah, let's see. We get some close-ups. So yeah, there was a leaf in the way, but I like how this.
Oh, maybe that's a leaf.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It looks like a sheep though.
I know, right? And then with Kimberly, who really hated that one as well. Anyway, so that was kind of cute, and so I'm interested in learning more about how they're going to run it. But yeah, Cynthia, how are you?
I'm good. And I have a question about gauge, because this is my hat. It's all finished, but it again looks enormous. I mean, I'll put it on. It's supposed to be an adult size, and look at how big it is.
Wow.
just
Yeah, your stitches are looking really big to me right now.
Well, I did it, figure out the gauge. So my gauge piece, after it was blocked, was
Yep.
20 stitches and 28 rows. And I thought, okay, that's close enough. But then my hat ended up 20 stitches and 22 rows. So that doesn't make sense to me because with the stitches, it shouldn't be so wide, you know? So I'm thinking I might try felting it like I did the last time because I made one for Christmas, that
Right.
white background. I sent you that picture with the other colors, but the background color instead of blue was white. And I threw it in the washer and it felted down just right. So I'm going to try that again for this one. But it's frustrating because I want to make one for my granddaughter, and I just feel like I'm out of control. Like,
what needle size are you using?
So I'm using the 6, I think, the 4 and 6.
Are you
Did
a
you
loose
try
knitter?
are you looser knitter?
Very loose knitter.
Okay, so then I know I'm a
Go
looser
down.
knitter, so I never start with the size that they indicate for me.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be knitting on a pattern size needle ever. So mine are 5s, and I think I did 5s, and I didn't want to go super small on the cuffs. So but anyway, like I would say looking at your knitted fabric and your gauge right now, if it were me, and we'll see what the other folks in the room say, but if it were me, I think I would be probably wanting to go down 2 sizes from where you're at right now. That would be where I would try to see how that pulls your stitches together and tidies up your gauge a little bit. And if you don't want to knit another full hat, you could also try that method for gauge swatching, quote unquote, in the round, but it's really just you're basically sliding your stitches from one end of your circular to the other and kind of carrying the loops behind, which is a way that you can get around that issue or you could also do like a little cup cozy if you like didn't want to do the swatch thing, knitting sliding back and forth. Some people have done cup cozies.
Well,
Anybody?
my gauge piece seemed close to the pattern, the little round thing, which to me looked like a baby bottle warmer.
Did you do the color work in your gauge, or did you just use straight
No,
knitting?
I did the color work because I wanted to see if doing the color work would change how loose, tight everything was. Because the first hat that I did at Christmas time, and Iris shared that picture last week, what was I going to say? Oh, I was really lazy about getting a gauge piece. So I just dove in and made the hat, and here you go, Merry Christmas. And oops, it's really large. But she was staying with me, so I was able to run it through the washer, and then she tried it on again, and she goes, no, this is just right. So I'll try running this one through the washer as well and see if it shrinks down to just the right size. But for my granddaughter, she's only 3, and so I want it to be not too small, not too big. I mean, I don't want to give her a hat that's going to fit a 6-year-old, so anyway, but I'll give it another try. These knit up really fast for me, so I'm like cranking out a hat a week here.
Nice. Yeah, we'll play around with your needle size, see what comes out of that, and maybe we can catch up with you next week.
Yeah, report back.
Will do.
Either that or make a smaller size hat.
True. Yep.
Yeah,
Another great one.
It was adult small, so if I made a child size, it would be the right size for an adult.
Yeah, could be that larger
I
child
was going to ask, when they say, let's say it says 19 inches, is that the size of the head, or is that
the round? The
Yeah.
circumference.
No, I'm trying to say, like, I know that. I'm saying, is it the circumference of my head or
Right.
the finished circumference of the hat?
Your head.
I think it's supposed to be the size of your head.
Yeah.
Which
I don't
would
have
equate to the size of
I
the
don't
head.
have the hat pattern in front of me right now, but sometimes it will say to fit the head size.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
It says
That's
fit
what it says.
head.
Fits head 14, 17, 19, 20,
Okay. Yep.
21, 23.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and there's ease in that, right? Because you're doing a stretchy brim and,
Right.
you know, as opposed to a rolled hat brim, which doesn't have the same situation. But I always just try to get it to, you know, when you stretch it out, that's what you should get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to put this hat on, you know, and measure the 18, I didn't measure mine because I'm not too worried about it, but I should
Mm-hmm.
probably check it. I was going to see if it said what the ease is, but it doesn't.
Fit it in the hat. Because when I was blocking mine, I was I was running around finding different bowls in the house and taking a tip measure. And I had quite a contraption of like a cereal bowl sitting on top of a cup, like a coffee, a tall coffee cup, and the brim. But it was like, okay, this is the right size, you know. So
I had to do that at Christmas with one pattern I made. I reblocked that thing 3 times before I found the right bowl to put it over.
yeah, like I know they say with some hats you can use a plate. This would not be a hat to use a
Yeah,
plate.
No.
Had to be round, not flat.
You might need to find the right size cantaloupe in your grocery store.
Well, now there's a thought.
I have a friend who makes hats. She has a small business and she makes hats, all different kinds of hats. And she has a tape measure that's just for heads. It's really cool. Like it pulls out, you know, and it just fits around your head, just gets you the circumference.
Oh wow, that's wicked cool.
It's pretty neat.
Huh.
I don't always try to block on a bowl. Sometimes I will just set them up on a tall drinking glass and drape them
That's
so
not
that
a
they
bad
will
idea.
dry, but they're not heavily stretched.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I've used balloons sitting in a coffee cup.
Oh.
So that way you can inflate it to what you want, the size you
Yeah.
want.
I've seen that.
That's really cool. Well, I'm at the place on my sleeve where I think I'm ready for shorter needles. It's suddenly feeling like I've got too much space when I'm trying to get around. So I've got to find my shorty cables downstairs.
I switched to double pointeds. Of course, I love double pointeds.
Yeah. But the sleeves are fun because, you know, after all that body, the sleeves seem to go really fast for me. And before I know it, I'm around to the beginning again. And I can also pay attention, just mostly read my pattern that already exists in the sweater to tell me what motif I'm supposed to be doing next.
Iris, I have a question about that. If I decide to just make a yoke and not do the pattern all the way down the sleeves and all the way down, what stitch would you recommend? Like you do maybe a popcorn stitch or something, or a bead seed stitch, or just plain, like any recommendations that could be, because it's so thick and solid up here. I don't want it to look like really different, you know, and have kind of a flimsy bottom and a stiff top or.
Yeah, I think, you know, traditional would be just switch to stockinette and go. But you could, I don't know. I have not necessarily seen a lot of colorwork patterns that have a lot of texture in them as well, but that's just me. you could try it on a swatch too. You could, if you do you still have your colorwork swatch that you used, or did you do a hat? I can't remember.
Pulled it all out because it had to
yeah.
be.
Yeah. But it might be worth trying, cast on for a cup cozy, and who cares about the gauge? I mean, you could try to get the same gauge you're getting in terms of density of the fabric. Just, even if you knitted a couple, like an inch and a half in color work, just to get that feel for the fabric, and then switch to maybe a stockinette for a little bit, and then throw texture in there just to see how it might land for you.
And if I keep going with this pattern, because I get so crazy and I have to do all these patterns, I haven't gotten this far, so I haven't gotten to where the sleeves start. Do they match up? Like the arms and the body match?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So, you leave off your, clearly you can see this was right around where I put everybody on the holders for my sleeves. And then, there's where I picked up for the body and then picked up for the sleeve. And so it just kind of keeps going.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll get brave and try that.
That's pretty neat. I mean, especially since you're kind of using the structural part, like I bet you could figure, follow the pattern to see where you would be ending. Well, we have rounded up to the top of the hour and gone a little bit beyond, which reminds me, our friend Bev, who is a remote, she lives in Maine, but she lives down east. And some of you goats on here who have been part of our knit alongs before might remember Bev. I did finally hear from her, and she's just been, going through some health things, but it sounded like she was herself and very positive. So she said to say hi to everybody, and I told her how much we missed her. And if she wanted to make a special visit to just say hello, we'd be happy to see her. So it was nice to hear her, but I wanted to make sure that you guys heard that too.
Thank you for sharing.
Send her our love and good wishes.
Yeah, I will.
We miss her. We do miss her. She's funny.
And she's the one who coined it's the fastest hour of the week. And I just always think of her when I say that when we're wrapping up here on Zoom. Anyway, well, thanks for being here tonight. And we are going to gather again next Wednesday and see some more cartographies in process. So thank you so much for being here, and happy knitting.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck with your snow, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, good luck, Pat.